Be ready. You always got excuses and you know I be on top of things. Punctual with my proper name. On the dot is not your aim. Although we in love, we are not the same. I hit you on that celly. You said you needed 5, that was more than 12 ago. Claim you got your hands tied, time stuck like Velcro. Georgia Peach on east side like it's ATL. You lacking, you tripping, you slacking, impatient, you waiting, confused like what happened. You get attitude cause I'm getting mad, cause you wanna take 20 minutes and a half. And on top of that, I gotta get gas out of the freeway, pick up traffic. What the is you doing? We gotta dip.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson going to come out throwing. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. David Ojabo, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Throwing is Wilson. Touchdown Broncos. Eric Sauber, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
In both locker rooms, the coaches talked about setting the tone early. Didn't matter whether you started on offense or defense. In this case, the team that had the ball first did exactly that. Took it right downfield and scored.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Baron Browning in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their 1st drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did something like that.
Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the 1st quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Wilson on the keeper, and this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. Russell Wilson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Another run here with Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw is a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Second and 9. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now Jackson on first down. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Spin fast, watch.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either, so certainly something has to change. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Wilson. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown! Russ able to connect with Cortland Sutton there. And the Broncos take a 3-touchdown lead. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Alrighty.
Jackson now. And this is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, 1 more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the 1st half. They've extended their lead so far here in the 2nd half. They're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of a team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches, just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, zero.
Now Wilson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. James Prochet, 54 yards. And the Ravens are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the 2nd half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Washington now brings this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. David Ajabo able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Kyle Hamilton, his second sack of the night.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And from their own end zone, it's a fake. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. So the fake punt, a daring call this deep in their own end, and the end result, certainly not what they were hoping for.
I have to admit, I admire their daring, but I actually would like this play called better if it's between the 40s here. The problem is, even if the ball's not intercepted and it's just incomplete, you're still giving away half a field's worth of possession.
13.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. To throw is Jackson. They'll roll him out right. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Gordon on first down.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Got a man complete. It's Hamler.
And the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Touchdown, Broncos. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Broncos have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. A CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Jackson going to look to do it himself. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson.
And this one too low.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They go play action now. Jackson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep.
And he is going to be out of bounds a mile away from that yellow line, and that will become a turnover on downs.
So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Wilson wants to throw it.
That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time, multiple guys get to it.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The Broncos send out their punter now. And look at this, another fake. And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. Give them an even 20 yards there on the pickup as a fake punt fooled everybody. On first down, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And Gordon's got it. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Melvin Gordon with his second touchdown of the night. And the Broncos have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
On first and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One last shot for Jackson. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row.
So it's a win here for the Broncos, and it was thanks largely due to the play of the quarterback, CD, a guy who's been doing it for a while, and that's Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he really carved up this defense. They were left looking at each other a number of times and just shrugging their shoulders. He had 4 touchdown passes and even had another on the ground for good measure. Really just played a whale of a ball game.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birth most the chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the store. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused boy, little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how can you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. What I'm saying, top 3, I'm not number 1, how can you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. What I'm saying, people saying.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Cleveland. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Room here to run. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku, 68 yards. And the Browns get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. That's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Dobbins running out of the gun to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Second and 6. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Brissett on 4th down. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now it's Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sione Takitaki from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
And nowhere to hide on that play.
No, there was not, because every exit door, that was surrounded. And I think that was supposed to be a bootleg, but he had no chance to get outside the pocket and try and make a play.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They'll run with Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Time to set up, huh? Okay.
2nd down and goal. Jackson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's 3rd and goal. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. Slot man moves right. On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Charles, we'll see how this offense responds. Remember the last time they were out, they went for it on 4th down, did not get it, and that led to a touchdown on the other side. So they need a response here.
They certainly do, and I just have a question for you. You think that was a gut feel, or was that analytics that came into play there deciding to go for it on 4th down?
That felt like gut to me. What about you?
Yeah, absolutely.
There he goes, Amari Cooper. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? 2-play drive.
What did we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. On 3rd, here's an option play right. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Taking on the midfield logo. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Brissett. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion.